Hello again, folks. The dirty clothes on again, of course, because I've been working on stuff and whatnot. Welcome to, I believe this is part 3 of the Jazzblastard series. And today I have finally wrapped up the top coating and so forth, and I'm now on to the point where I'm getting ready to finally lock down some of the hardware, which I will be doing after this video. But I want to show you guys what it looks like right now before I start mounting hardware to it. And one other thing before I actually do that. I made a conscious decision in regards to a bridge that I wanted, and as you see over my shoulder, some of you might know the bridge I had on that. Well, it has now gone back to the stock bridge. I've initially set it back up, and eventually later on tonight I will give it a play to see how it sounds with the bridge, and if it doesn't sound that great with this bridge, I might be going back to another roller style bridge. So with that said, once I put this back into place, now let us go to the parts. Now, as you've seen, I had did it. Unfortunately, I had to do some revisions. Also, as some of you who watched Alliance Moss TV Wednesday night, aka last night, when this video is being recorded, Wednesday night, Alliance Moss TV plug, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Go check them out. So anyways, as some of you know, I showed off on that Hangout live stream thing the guitar neck, at least. Well, now I'm going to show it to anyone else who maybe wasn't watching and seeing where things go. So again, fretboard's the same. And this is where the headstock takes a little bit of a change, because I'm not sure if I made that solid before or not, but as you can see here, I've kind of gone a different route with the naming, as well as using a full name. But again, this is as close to a Jazzmaster headstock style as I could get the Guitar Fetish paddle block. And again, you're gonna see some flaws, but then again, though, I didn't build this to be a, beautiful, perfect thing. Same thing as the neck has a similar kind of worn look to it. Again, this is probably about 4 or 5 coats of the Minwax wipe-on poly. The headstock is probably about, I would say, 6 or 8. So it's really well sealed, but it's not super thick. So this will now be ready to mount hardware to, which again, as you know, will be some Wilkinson hypothetical locking tuners, which it's just basically 2 access points, but it is an advantage compared to maybe even some regular locking style in the way of the 2 positions to put the string through the holes on the tuners themselves. That said, now onto the body. Again, the body has changed slightly. I went back in and reworked the body more and kind of brought this kind of more grain out. A bit ago I decided to kind of scuff back the poly that I put on so it further took some of the black out, well, some of the brownish black, whatever you want to call it, and it's given it I've kind of given it more of a burst slash worn slash relic kind of look. The sides, they have some grain showing. There's some spots where there's some kind of thickness slash buildup, but again, this isn't meant to be a perfect guitar. It's supposed to be a, you know, as the title entails, blasted or bastard because of it being parts. And finally, as you can kind of see here already by the top, slightly beaten along the few edges, but there's still green popping through. Again, I'm trying to talk properly and say the proper things, but seem to be doing better today in that regards. So it's kind of got that kind of worn, beaten, played, kind of roughed up vibe to it. And and I like how it's came out. Oddly enough, it seems like I kind of like going for guitars with this kind of look slash feel to them. Kind of similar to how I redid the V, the Gibson Flying V. And again, you know, I can't stress this enough. I wasn't trying to make this black. I mean, I really do like black, but as I said on Lance's live stream last night, I actually originally wanted to go amaretto, but I guess in some ways when you turn the body the right way in the light, you can see some of the amaretto-ishy kind of undertones in the colors in that. Like if I turn it to this angle, there's kind of some brownish into it, like especially like in this little spot here. You can't see it on the camera, but in person you can see along the grain striping here, you can see like actually that bit of amaretto. And like I said, I almost wanted to go pure amaretto, and I thought maybe it's a little too bright. So again, the idea was I actually wanted to do an effect like that on both sides, but it came out how it did, and I still managed to get a little bit of that effect on the rest of the front a bit, so I can't complain about that much. Put that back onto the popping stuff. So there's another update on the body and the neck. I am now going to the process of mounting the tuners and the back bridge plate, and then lining up the bridge to put it in place. So if that's said, I hope everyone's doing well, and catch you later.